Hi everybody, this is AJ with Car Inspected, and today we are in the North York area of Toronto, and we're looking at this 2002 Bentley Arnage. It's got 43,500 kilometers on it. As you can see, it's black on black. Very pretty car. The utmost in luxury, if you will. Overall, it's in pretty nice shape. Don't have many complaints about it. It's a little dirty right now, but for the most part it looks pretty good. There has been some paint work in this quarter panel here, mostly in this region, and there's also been some paint work on the driver's door. It's hard to see via the camera, but in this area here you can see some old paint drip marks that were sanded out for the most part. And you can tell in these body lines that it was painted. And that goes to this front fender. There's some body work in here, and the paint is blended in, out. On the hood, it all looks pretty good. Super glary. I don't know how much you can be able to see in this video, but there are some spots on the hood. Looks like they've been buffed through. A couple little spots, a couple of chips here. You will see better photos in the report, and the back edge here has been kind of rubbed through by a buffer. There are a couple little rub marks here on this front right corner. Again, you see them right there. So they go through here to here, and some down into the bumper as well on the edge here. Now it does have the protective coating here. That's what this line is. And on the bottom there as well. I don't see any damage up front. Headlights all look pretty good. Marker lights. Not any scraping or issues up front here. A couple of little chips, but not even really, because it's the protective coating, so that is what's chipped. Again, headlights look good. Little chip right there. Gaps all look pretty good on the vehicle, except this right here. The bumper cover does dip down a little bit here. There's also pictures of that, you'll see. But look at the other side, you'll see that it's not dipped down like that. Other than that though, the paint looks pretty good. From what I can see above the dirt, there's a couple little tiny nicks here and there, but nothing too much. Nice straight car. A couple of little scratches in the back here. Taillights look good. All this stuff looks pretty good. good. This is again a 9:30 seconds or 10:30 seconds, so pretty close to very little mileage, but getting pretty old. Underside looks good over here as well. Front brakes on this side again are pretty new. I'd say about 95%. No real issues. This rim looks pretty nice. I don't see any damage on it, anything like that. Undercarriage here looks pretty nice. A little bit of surface rust here and there, but for the most part, looks pretty good. Rockers, everything looks good. Doesn't look like it was driven in the snow or the winter or anything like that. We go in here, everything looks pretty clean. Right rear tire, again 2011, looks pretty decent. About 9:30 seconds of tread, and nice and even as well. Looks pretty good. Rim does no damage on this one. And these rear brakes, again, are also pretty new. 95% or so left. Rotors as well, they look pretty nice. Run on this last wheel. And we found the same story. 2011 tire, about 10-30 seconds of tread. Pretty good. And brakes that are about 95% left. This Bentley emblem, a little corroded. Other than that, the rim doesn't have any damage or anything like that. Undercarriage on this side looks just as nice. You can see no real issues here. We're looking at the interior. The key is in there. The automatic pop is here. Now the deck lid does not hold itself up. Must be the gas shocks are a little dead. But inside we do find it all in nice condition. DVD player in here. All looks pretty good. Carpet looks nice. Plastics look pretty good. The deck lid top itself looks pretty good as well. There we go. Got it to hold itself up. I don't quite trust it, but under here is the spare tire well. Does have the tools, extra bulbs, things like that. The battery tender. Vehicle does have 2 batteries. And they are, oh, that just fell down on me. And they are both pretty good. 12 volts on the auxiliary battery and 13 on the main. And we are charging at just over 14 volts. Under this cover is the spare tire, which is there. Pop this out a little bit. It's there and looks pretty good. We'll look in the interior, start in the rear. Door panel looks pretty nice on this side. This is the driver's rear. No major issues. Small bit of cracking on the wood grain here. Tops look good though. All pretty nice. Everything seems to work nice. Not too much wear back here. Carpets look good. Rear seat, a little foot mark, but other than that, looks pretty decent. There is some cracking on the wood grain of this tray. You can see that through there. Looks pretty nice up there though. Seat looks pretty good. No major cracking, little wear, but just from nature of leather. Diamond Tough looks nice. All looks pretty good. This opens up just fine. A little bit of weird mark there. The power seats back here do work as well. both sides. So all that does work. Center controls for the air conditioning, everything seems to operate. Little chip here in the wood grain. The carpet on the passenger side looks nice as well, as you can see. A little bit of cracking on this wood as well. Not as much as the driver's side one, but there is some. This also looks good. No major issues. We'll go around to the other side to see that door panel, etc. But the headliner looks pretty nice overall. I don't see any damage or issues. The handles look good, everything looks pretty good. This door panel looks pretty good, pretty dark, shadowy, but it is pretty nice. There's no very minimal crack right here in that wood grain, but not much. Seats look good on this side. No issues. This door panel looks pretty good. There is some cracking in the wood grain on the top here. You can see a couple spots around here. So this is probably the worst panel as far as wood grain goes, and those cracks do come down here. Little nick here. So this door panel is probably the worst, but it's still not too bad at all. The power seats do work as well. Oh, the key must have to be on. But I did test them, they worked with these controls here. The passenger side seat looks pretty decent. Seat belts all look good, things like that. No major issues. Under the protective coating, you'll see in the photos, I did take this up. The carpets all look nice. Here's the key for this. It's worked before. There we go. Glove box looks good. We do have the original owner's manual. Everything is in there. There's a remote control. This is for the navigation system, which is aftermarketly put into there. Dash top looks pretty nice. No issues. Go to the driver's side, look around there. Here we have the driver's side. Wood grain looks pretty nice on this side. No cracks or anything to speak of on this one. Door panel, again, looks pretty good. Carpet under here, took this up. It all looks pretty nice. You'll see photos. Dash on this side all looks good. A little bit of corrosion around this control panel here. You can see that. Strange spot for it, but it is there. All this looks pretty nice. A little wear on the driver's seat. Nothing crazy, but there is some in here as well, with the little discoloration in those cracks. Again, dash top looks nice. The radio the head faceplate is a little loose here. I don't know if something's broken or anything like that. You can see how that moves around. But the wood grain here looks nice. Here as well. All this stuff looks good. Shifter. All the knobs, everything. No cracking in any of this wood grain. It all looks pretty good. Center console. Cup holders. CD changer. Oh, it doesn't have the cartridge though. mobile phone holder in here. Overall, pretty good in here. I'm going to start it up. I'm going to pop the hood so you can hear it running. So the air conditioning is on right now. It does seem to be blowing cold. The radio is working. Appropriate for a Bentley. But it does work. All this does work. Like I said, I tested all your seats. They all do work. Windows all work as they should. And this side does work as well. It does have a sunroof, which works just as it should. Well, it did. There we go. You know, a couple of the switches, I had to kind of fiddle with them at first, and then they worked. As far like the rear power seats, things like that, a couple of times. Once I did that though, they all work okay. I feel like they just haven't been used in a long time, possibly. But all this stuff, I think I showed you that. Very minimal mark right there. You can barely see that. So we're gonna pop the hood so you can hear it run. Here we go. 6.75 liter twin turbo. Hand built. Seems to run pretty smooth. Now I did take this cover off. Everything looks pretty good. The belt does have a little bit of dry rot crack in it. May want to change that soon. Fluids, engine oil looks good. Tested your oil here. It's nice and clean, fairly recently changed, and we got a green light. Your coolant looks good as well, till about -35, I believe. Under this cover is your brake fluid, and that is a little over. It's greater than 4% humidity, so a flush would be recommended on that. So it needs a couple little maintenance things, but for the most part, I just hear that big old injector noise. But other than that, seems pretty good. Padding all looks good. No real issues. So there you have it. 2002 Bentley Arnage. As usual, thanks for watching. This is AJ with Car Inspected, and we'll see you next time.